Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Greatness Personified MMA Podcast. We're going to break down some of these fights. We're going to take a look at some of these fighters' records and different things and look at the landscape of MMA for the different divisions and different little ideas and different things. And let's get it started.
All right.
Also, my name is David Jordan, by the way.
I'm Joseph Jordan.
And yeah, so we love watching these fights, and we just decided we're going to make a YouTube, man, and just start breaking down some of these fights. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at UFC 274. We're really going to start with the Tony fight. Where does Tony go from here? To be honest, if we're really looking at this top 10, well, to be fair, he's knocked out the rankings now, so he really don't have to worry about these, if I'm just being honest, because, I mean, none of these fights make sense. None of these fights make sense for Tony going forward. Tony needs a winnable fight.
The question is, do you think this is a good time for him to retire?
I don't like to see nobody. This is the thing. A lot of times when fighters lose a lot towards the end of their career, a lot of times they're taking on fights that they really don't need to be taking.
Yeah.
Tony, bro, when you look at who he lost to, how can you retire after you lost? Yeah, you lost a few in a row.
Yeah.
But look at who you lost to. You lost to all the top guys that are beating everybody else. And none of those guys all the people that beat him, none of those individual guys can fight all 4 or 5 of those guys and win. Not a single one of them. The Charles is the closest one. Charles is the closest one because Charles beat a few of the people that beat Tony. But other than that,
he definitely need to fight somebody outside the top 15.
You need outside the top 15. I say Brad Riddell maybe, because he's climbing up the rankings, but he's got glaring holes in his game. This guy, Gamrot, too dangerous. Dan Hooker, 50-50. I know he's on a little bit of a stretch right now, not so good, but he gonna bounce back. And Tony would be the one he bounced back on. And I don't want to see that. This guy climbing up the rank, all these guys, young, hungry, and they all closing in. Like, to be honest, these are some dangerous guys, man.
I think it's tough for Tony because the lightweight division is the toughest division in the UFC. So that kind of works against him, like, in a lot of ways.
It's going to be hard to find a guy that would even be credible if he won.
Yeah.
To get him back on track because all these guys are dangerous.
Yeah.
So every fight, even if these younger guys come up through the ranks, I mean, bro, I can see every last one of these guys
embarrassing
fight.
Embarrassing them.
And the thing is, Tony, what you were doing a few years ago, all that spinning stuff and all that, you just gotta win fights now, man. You are a good wrestler. You need to start wrestling people. You don't need to be. I know he's comfortable on the ground, but you don't want to be comfortable on the ground. You need it to be on your terms.
Yeah.
That I got jiu-jitsu, but you on your back the whole time. That's why he lost his fight. The moment he hurt Michael Chandler, he should have, instead of trying to just go for the knockout, I know it was right there and he was hungry and stuff, but then again, it's hard to wrestle Michael Chandler. You ain't just...
I don't think that's the case because even before this fight, he actually trained hard on his wrestling more than he normally do. So I think it's more of a mental thing with Tony.
Well, man, I hope he can get some help, man. We would definitely love to see Tony shake back, to be honest, because I've always been an entertaining guy. But let's go check out, let's see, Michael Chandler. What will make sense for Michael Chandler moving forward?
And I said Conor McGregor.
That's the only...
Any weight class, welterweight, lightweight.
That makes sense. Because realistically, Charles is either going to fight Islam or Charles is going to be fighting Beneil. So that knocks out all these guys. That knocks out them. Dustin, that's not a bad fight either. Now that I'm thinking about it, Dustin and Michael Chandler might be that might be a really good fight, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dustin is kind of where Michael was, where, you lost to the top guy, and, we know you could beat everybody else, but you just kind of in between, like, that number 2 and number 3 spot. And, at the time, in the champion.
It's a dangerous fight, though, for Dustin, though.
It's a dangerous fight for both of them because they both are literally probably one fight away from the title, depending on how things shake. But like the money fight, to be honest, is a Conor McGregor fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The money fight is a Conor McGregor fight, and that's an interesting. We'll do something about that. We'll actually do another show about that specifically, what if type deal. But yeah, that's a good fight for Michael moving forward. And let's see, the Rose and Carla fight. We all saw it. We ain't gonna
dive too much.
We ain't gonna dive too deep into it and say too many things. We don't wanna do that, but we saw it, and congratulations to Carla, and we hope they do good moving forward. And let's get into this Justin Gaethje.
Oh yeah, oh yes,
GAETHJE. So let's see. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, Justin kind of in a weird spot too, because now he done had 2 title shots. They both ended kind of similarly, and where does Justin go? To be honest, if I'm looking at these fights,
I think like all the fighters like from like ranking them from 2 to like 7, they're like in the same boat. They're in the same category.
Dustin had a title shot, lost it, but he still deserved. Like he definitely is in the top 3.
Absolutely.
Justin lost title shot, still in the top 3.
Yeah.
If I'm just being honest, because
Islam number 4, but he really haven't proved himself.
But he really, because he got to beat one of these
exactly
number 2 or 3 guys, which he might can do that. But Justin, what fight makes sense for Justin, bro? I'm gonna be honest. Islam, I don't want to see that fight. Obviously, Islam probably gonna be fighting Charles or Beneil or either Rafael dos Anjos. So these guys are tied up, man.
But Justin versus Michael too would be a good one.
That also kind of makes sense. But the only thing is that money fight is the Conor fight for me.
True.
With that promo that Michael Chandler cut, there is no way the UFC doesn't make that fight, bro. I mean, they would be insane not to make that fight. So for Justin, it ain't gonna be Islam. It ain't gonna be Michael Chandler. It might be Beneil. It depends on if they do the Charles and Islam or if they do the Charles and Beneil. Because if they do Charles and Islam, that means that Beneil don't have a fight. And Beneil need to beat one of these top guys to prove.
I don't think Beneil should get a title shot no time soon. I think he's like one fight away from getting a title shot.
Yes, he need a passing
like the Islam fight. He need to fight Islam.
Yeah, he need a
like
passing of the guard type fight. And to be honest, the Justin fight kind of, because realistically, stylistically, Justin could go in there and destroy Beneil. I'm just being honest, potentially. Because if Beneil can't take him down, and do you really want to be standing up with Justin? We can't look at what Charles did because Beneil ain't Charles. Now, granted, they kind of got a similar style, but Charles, at this point in his career, is just on another level right now. Beneil is good, but he ain't on that level. Charles has paid his dues to be there. So Justin versus Beneil,
not a bad one.
That ain't a bad one. I don't want to see this. They might make this though, Justin and Rafael and RDA. That's interesting, but that got to be a 5-round fight. But to be honest, Rafael dos Anjos he kind of is like similar to like a Charles a little bit. And in fact, he might be a little bit more dangerous on the feet, honestly. Because he did get dropped before he got finished though. And if Charles dropped you, then Rafael can drop you. And the way you beat Rafael, that ain't how Justin fight.
Yeah, that's not Justin's style.
Because a lot of times Rafael took a bunch of losses from just almost pure grapplers. Almost.
There are a lot of people that beat Justin, they put together a game plan. And we know like RDA could put together a game plan and do that to Justin. And
then with that wrestling base,
yeah.
So I don't necessarily think he'll finish Justin.
He can frustrate him and get him in the later rounds, definitely.
Especially in a 5-round fight. And so that kind of makes sense for Justin moving forward.
But nobody's talking about Gregor.
Nobody talking. He easing up there. To be honest, I think all these guys got fights coming up. So really and truthfully,
I like to see him versus like an Islam.
Who?
Gregor. I'm not saying he would win, but just style matchup.
He got some work to do to get up there. I ain't gonna lie, because I know
like the grappler will kind of cancel out.
He only 4 spots away, but look at the 4 spots though.
I know that.
That's a lot. That's a lot of.
It's weird how he's in the top 8, but like
so
a couple
far
fights
away.
ago, he lost to Kevin Lee. You remember he lost to Kevin Lee? It's like, dang, like he's still like in the top 10.
That's another story, man. We got to do one on Kevin Lee, man. Hopefully, we like Kevin Lee, man. We want to see him live up to that potential. Charles Oliveira Man, went 10-8.
Proved everybody wrong.
And proved everybody wrong. Charles, the fights that make sense for Charles, obviously now he's about to be fighting for the title. Charles and Islam, because they're not going to do the Beneil. I don't know why I kept saying that. Beneil, the highest Beneil can go is Islam, honestly. But Charles is going to be fighting Islam. That's the only fight that makes sense. Or Conor. They're talking about maybe, this is the thing, Conor might get a title shot.
Oh, he might.
So that might mean Charles versus, and then that rearranges everything we just did at that point. Because Conor McGregor versus Charles, they're going to, it's the Conor McGregor show in the UFC at this point. Are they going to, think about it, if you can just give Conor a title shot, why would you have him fight Michael Chandler, who might win that for you, might embarrass Conor?
Well, you could just give him a title shot.
Well, you could give him a title shot and sell all those pay-per-views.
Another issue with having is Charles, he beat like a lot of people in the top 5 already. He beat Dustin, he beat Justin, he beat Michael Chandler. So it's like he's run out of like top 5 opponents. People, to be honest with you.
He beat Tony, and Tony is here now, but Tony was up here at the time.
The only person in the top 5 he hasn't fought yet is Islam. And that'd be a good one because it'll be like almost like a Charles versus Khabib.
And see,
similar matchup.
It's funny you say that because I was thinking about how they're going to really sell pay-per-views, but Islam has a big backing with him because of Khabib. Khabib is always vouching for him. Khabib is obviously a global
and they got similar styles too.
Star. And so with him in his corner, they might make, because that will make money too, but obviously the money fight is Conor. I think what makes sense is Charles versus Islam, and then Michael versus Conor, and the winner get a title shot. That's the only fight that makes sense. Think about it. Charles versus Islam.
The UFC not going to do that. Though.
They're not going to do it.
It's too risky for Conor.
I know.
You see what happened to Tony, though, man. His career is probably...
Yeah, he got some work to do.
Yeah, he got some work to do.
We ain't going to say it's over. We don't believe it's over. Obviously, he got a lot. He got a lot more to do. But it's gonna take some rebuilding, some strategy. But they might not do that because the Michael Chandler fight does make sense with Conor. That's gonna sell, man. That's gonna make a lot of money. And let's be real, it all comes down to the money. So that'll be interesting. So then, okay, so let's move forward from here. We're gonna take a look at last night's card, but we're really just gonna take a look at the co-main event and the main event, truthfully, before we get ahead and look at some of these other upcoming cards. So let's go. Ryan Spann.
I don't see why he was underdog.
I don't see why he was underdog either. Let's look at who. I know he had some momentum. I know he had momentum.
He did.
But truthfully, let's look at.
It's different.
Whoa! I thought he had won a few in a row.
Yeah, I thought he won 2 or 3 in a row.
That's odd. I really thought he won a few in a row.
So he got a win over Devin Clark. Okay.
He had a draw and then. Oh man, why in the world was he?
Why was he a favorite?
Why was Ryan Spann an underdog? Because he got beat by Anthony Smith, a guy with over 50 professional,
fought for the belt.
Who fought for the belt and went 5 rounds with John Jones. That don't make sense to me. And then the fact that it was plus 900 on Ryan Spann winning by submission, so $100 would have won you $900. Exactly. You would have had $1,000 betting on Ryan Spann to win. How he more than likely was going to win, because it was definitely going to be a finish. But then I also lean more to Ryan winning, so I would assume that finish would come from Ryan. And then at that point, if I'm looking at knockout, I know the knockout or the submission. Yeah. Either way. So if I'm going, I probably would have said finish, and I would have said finish for Ryan Spann. Now, I probably wouldn't have been specific and said submission, but if I really had to bet the house on it, I would have said submission. Yeah. I would have said submission.
I think Cutelaba is like a level beneath like Ryan Spann and the other fighters in like the top 5.
Like just right underneath him.
He's right underneath him, like a notch, like below.
Because Ryan Spann is kind of showing that he could do some things. He just got to clean it up on those big fights. And Anthony Smith that's a mountain to climb, to be honest. That's a lot. And then that's your first main event. That was his first main event, huh?
Yeah, his first one.
But then you gotta get that experience under your belt, and then to be honest, you kind of gotta get past it. If you win, it's good, but if you lose, it kind of shows you, okay, this is what's expected of me, and this is how I need to go about it if I'm gonna be at this level. So congratulations to him. And Cutelaba will be back. He alternate wins and losses, so he ain't gonna be down. He'll come back and knock out.
He lose to people at this level though. If you look at his like past history,
Yeah.
fight history.
So he'll probably they'll give him another an exciting, winnable fight that he'll do good on one of these other cards. So let's talk about this Rakic and this Blachowics fight. First round, who you thought won?
I'm gonna go with Jan. I think he won. The leg kicks, man, he was kind of catching them with a combination. I think he was doing more damage. He was checking leg kicks. It's a pick from the first round, but I think Jan won.
That makes sense. I see what you're saying. I'm probably gonna go back and watch the first round again. I like what I was seeing from Rakic.
He wasn't checking those leg kicks.
He wasn't checking those leg kicks, but the leg that went out wasn't the leg that got kicked. Like, that's true. And he didn't even get kicked. Like, it was the back leg. That got messed up. It was his right leg that got messed up, that popped. But he was not checking those leg kicks on the left side. Now the only thing is, Jan was kind of showing his hand with that one combo that left to the body and that right one. Now he missed it a few times, but the one time he did connect, I don't think it just really cracked Rakic, but it definitely turned on a sense of urgency because when the way he responded with the grabbing and everything, like the wrestling, it was kind of like, okay. But I don't think either one of them clearly won or lost it, but I can see it being a case for either one. That's why it would be interesting to see how the judges scored it. Yeah. To be honest. But that second round, Rakic definitely won. Absolutely. So depending on how the judges scored it, it could have been 1-1
or 2-0.
Or it could have easily been 2-0. That's rough. And apparently, if we go here, Rakic was actually saying that the knee injury occurred about 3 weeks ago in camp.
That's tough, man.
That's tough because he didn't want to pull out of this fight because it had such big title implications. Yeah. You don't want to pull out of this fight and then all of a sudden you got to wait for the injury to heal. Then you got to see how the other fights shake up and what happens. And then you got to hope that you're going to be in the same position to be one fight away from the title depending on how things play out while you're gone. Then I think that he was gone for 18 months, so obviously you got to make money. You got to fight. You got to make money. There's that aspect of it. You got a family to feed and stuff like that. I don't know if you got a family, but you got to take care of yourself. So it makes sense why he didn't want to pull out of the fight.
I think it would have been an asterisk next to the fight if he would have got knocked out. Because it would have been like, okay, yeah, he entered the fight injured with a knee injury.
Well, a lot of times they all do.
That's true.
But the way it ended with him taking a step back and his knee literally popping in the middle of just moving, that's crazy. And then think about it. You've been out for however many months, and then you 3 weeks away from the fight, your knee popped. Your knee's messing up. Does Jan throw a lot of kicks normally?
Leg kicks.
I haven't
sometimes do. He do a lot of body kicks.
The body kick. Yeah, body kick.
It's weird because he wasn't really moving like he normally does. You know, and
that's probably why he couldn't check the kick. Because think about it.
That's true.
If he was gonna check the kick, he would have had to put the weight on his right leg.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do that to check that. That makes sense.
Man. Dang. This is a dangerous fight for him, man.
But I don't think this hurt his ranking though, because they put on a good fight up until that, and it ended in an injury. So even though a winner was declared, I don't think this changed. I think he's in the same exact spot. In my opinion, I hope the UFC sees it like that and give him another opportunity to get him a shake back fight to kind of see like, are you healthy? Get your name back out there and everything like that. See how
he need to focus on getting his knee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So make sure that knee is healed. See what the real thing is. Get all that scanned and everything.
We want to see him come back 100%.
Exactly, because he really is. He literally was going to be fighting for. If he'd have won this fight, and again, the fight could have been 1-1 or it could have been 2-0. He could be fighting for the title here, but depending on Jury and Glover. And speaking of that fight, we going on to that one. What you think about that one?
Man. Who you think will win?
I'm finna go to it right now and see.
I like both of them, to be honest.
Let's go here and see. We're gonna kind of go. We're gonna look at this one real quick before we look at these other cards, because we're gonna segue into this. Okay, actually, let's start from the top to the bottom of this card. Actually, let's see what kind of fights stand out to you. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna watch the fights. We're gonna do our research. We're gonna do a breakdown of these cards. where we're gonna dive into each fighter's record. We're gonna dive into everything specifically, but it's in my eyes when I'm looking. Obviously we'll look at Brendan Allen, and we like Jack Della Maddalena. That's the Australian guy from the Contender. Yeah, real good hands. So it look like he might be on the main card too. So that's good. We got Weili Zhang and Joanne. That's a crazy fight. And we got Valentina Shevchenko. Yeah. And so okay, it's got some interesting fights on the card, but we're gonna have to dive in so we can really just get the excitement out of it and see what we can pull. So let's Glover. We're gonna look at the challenger first. What do you think about Jerry? What do you think his chances are?
Oh, he has high chance.
28-3. That's a good record.
He has almost a 90% knockout finish rate.
But I'm looking at these two TKO. What are these?
Those was early on.
Oh, these career, they don't even matter. Yeah. And then he got beat by Chemo.
A prime
Chemo in 2015. That ain't bad. Yeah. That's not bad at all.
Look how many knockouts.
This dude is a winner. This dude is a winner.
I think he may have the style to beat Glover though, man, because he's gonna be counter punching and he's gonna be landing shots on Glover.
Wait a minute, he beat CB Holloway?
I think it was in Rising.
Wait, how many fights did this dude have in the UFC? This dude had 2 fights in the UFC?
Yeah, title shot. It's like a record, huh?
Whoa.
It's like a record, man.
Whoa. Wait a minute. This dude had 2 fights in. No, wait a minute. But the people he fought, he got the King Mo fight back though.
Yeah.
He got it back. And then he beat, this guy was in the UFC, Maldonado. Remember, he go to the body and had a good chin. And CB Holloway, obviously, he won Ultimate Fighter, and he was a contender in the middleweight division. So he actually got a lot of UFC experience because a long time people wanted to see King Mo in the UFC. He was at the top at Strikeforce and Bellator for a very long time, and Dream and a few other places.
Bro, now. Yeah, that's it.
This name sounds familiar too. No, it don't. No. Wait a minute. Does this dude ever? Who?
No, he never fought in the UFC. We definitely saw him fight somewhere.
We saw him fight Vinny Magalhaes. Vinny Magalhaes.
Interesting.
Clifford Starks. That's probably where, because he fought some people we kind of familiar with. So, yeah, he got a few notable names on his record. So, I'm looking at this record, man. He's definitely a winner, man. Don't get, Jerry's definitely a winner. Wow,
3 losses, man. This is...
So he fought 31 people and won 28 times.
This is a very dangerous fight for Glover, man.
Dangerous fight. He's 6'4".
He's tall.
He got a lot of knockouts and 2. Okay, so on the ground, so he can win, but he got to win standing up. This is a 5-round fight. Let me see what round a lot of these. I like to look at this. Round two. Dominic Reyes really wasn't in the best space. Now, granted, they don't take away from Jerry putting in the work.
He was also like one win from getting another title shot too. I think
Dominic Reyes?
Yeah, like he came off a loss, but if he would have won this fight,
he would have still needed one more at least.
All right, yeah.
He probably needed one more. Okay, these are early. So what happens if the fight go to 2, maybe 3 rounds? What if Glover don't just get knocked out in 2 minutes? And all of a sudden now you got Glover for 3 or 4 more rounds, and you've never been in a title fight before, and Glover is going 5 rounds with John Jones.
Hey, how many times he got knocked down by Thiago Santos, man? He got knocked down like 2 or 3 times. Glover. And he came back and won.
It was 2 times.
He still came back and won.
What website do you go to get those stats? UFC stats?
UFCfightstats.com.
Let's see here. Which one of these are we not using here? We need all of these, to be honest. We're going to click out of it. Let's go check out. Let's see. That ain't it.
You go to Google. I think it's UFC stats. Yeah, that was at UFC stats.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So, they got the event name. Okay, we got fighters. And who was it? Glover. Let's see how many times. Because if Thiago Santos dropped you 2 times and you can survive that, in my eyes, you can probably survive Jerry.
Maybe.
Okay, so how do I go to the actual?
Yeah, just go back.
This it right here?
No, go back. Go down to the Thiago Silva one. Or Santos one.
Right here.
We'll say one. It say one not down.
One not down.
I'm pretty sure it was two, right? I'm pretty sure it was two.
It felt like he hurt him a lot more. I think
every round.
You know what the thing was? He hurt him, but he didn't necessarily knock him down in one of them.
Oh yeah.
And then he started wrestling him. He wasn't necessarily dropped. Okay, but I ain't gonna lie, if you can survive Thiago, in my eyes, you can probably survive Jerry. We're gonna do a real breakdown. We're gonna go break down some footage.
Not necessarily, man, because Thiago had just had like ACL surgery.
I know he was coming off of injury, but he still hurt him though at the end of the day.
Because you never really did see Thiago Santos is getting taken down and held down and controlled on the ground.
A lot of times people don't really want to engage with him standing up. That's why a lot of his. But that's another story.
Yeah.
But so let's go look at Glover. Let's go check out Glover and see what he's done. 33-7. That's a good record over the course of how long he been fighting.
It looked like everybody he fought against.
Bro, he had 40 fights with
that
Rampage
to
John Jones. Bro, look
who he lost to, David. Corey
Anderson. This is a bad one. I ain't gonna lie, but the Corey that wasn't a bad one. Anthony Johnson.
See, I'm starting to see
similarities. That ain't bad.
I'm starting to see similarities between Jerry and Anthony Johnson, though.
So look who he lost to: John Jones, Phil Davis, Anthony Johnson, Alex. These are some of the best light heavyweights in just the history of the sport, not just now or in the UFC. I'm talking about just in general. Because Corey and Phil are tearing it up in Bellator right now. Obviously, John Jones' name speaks for itself. And Alexander Gustafsson, he had his moment. We'll do a thing on him later and kind of see what he is. But for the point in time where this fight happened, Alexander was the man.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, Carl. Okay, that gets you back on track. Carl Robinson, he won by finish. Ian. Okay, you know, Ian is a knockout artist. He made it to the second round and submitted him. Nikita, split decision. We had to go back and look at that. Anthony Smith. Oh man, he did beat.
That was
Smith
after the
pretty bad.
Yeah, but that was after the situation with Anthony Smith with the intruder who did.
Yeah, but he beat
the burglar.
Yeah, but I remember this, man. He beat him.
Clearly, Anthony Smith wasn't in a good state of mind.
Yeah, we'll do one on that one. But when we just looking at the outcome of this fight, I remember that one, and that was a pretty bad beatdown. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was pretty tough. Bro, is Jerry more dangerous than Anthony Smith? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think Jerry is better than Anthony Smith. So when I'm looking at this, and then
did you see similarities between Jerry and Anthony Johnson though? I mean, they're two different fighters, but they both knockout artists.
The style is different. The way Anthony Johnson knockouts are completely different.
Yeah,
they're just different in general. I mean, we're gonna have to go look at some footage and really look at these knockouts and see how these finishes are coming. Because if you're making on a knockout and you in a 5-round fight,
but he has a 90% knockout rate though.
Yeah, but
he's not a fighter.
But you in a 5-round UFC fight. It's gonna be a different type of pressure.
Glover plots forward, man. It might be like a lot of opportunities when to land.
To be honest, it just kind of depends on how they game plan it. I don't see Glover being dumb enough to win a title and then just plod forward and lose it like that and run into somebody who had 2 UFC fights. I just don't see that happening. Glover has beat. Look at who Glover been in there with.
Oh yeah.
You talking about now? Jerry is a knockout artist. 28 knockouts. I mean, not 28 knockouts. 28 wins, 3 losses. Okay, hella knockouts. I get it, bro. He beat Jared.
Jared Cunningham. Yeah, he kept taking him down.
Is Jerry not more dangerous? Is Jerry more dangerous than Jared?
Yes. 90% knockout rate.
Look at who he was fighting though. Outside of those few notable names, you think
but
Jared
more passive though, like striking wise?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he more like cerebral about it. Like he don't just recklessly do. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Misha in 2017 was a very dangerous person.
He was.
Don't look at Misha now. At the time, Misha.
The only thing is with Glover, he gets hurt, man. In a lot of his fights, he gets hurt.
But not a lot of.
Because Misha hurt him, man. He came back and he finished Misha.
But look at dude. Misha hurt everybody.
That's true.
Anthony Johnson is knocked out.
Yeah.
Almost everybody. Corey is. I'm glad he only lost a decision. At this, But if we just let's look at this recent work. Bruh, realistically, okay, I know Jerry can beat him, but I don't think Jerry beats him, and I don't. Depending on what Thiago shows up, he could probably. That's like a 50-50. But it'll be interesting nonetheless. But we're gonna take a step back. That fight will be here in less than a week.
Imagine if Jerry become champion in 3 fights, man. That'd be crazy.
That would be insane. I thought he had way more fights than that.
I did too, for some reason.
I never just
thought he had like 4 or 5.
I'm thinking at least 4 or 5. I guess we may have actually been getting him mixed up with Rakic, actually. Because at one point,
I think the way his performance against Volkan was just like incredible.
It was so good.
It was almost like 2 fights.
And then the way he beat Dominic Reyes in the main event, that was a main event fight, huh?
Nuh-uh.
That wasn't a main event?
No. Oh yeah, that was a main event.
Because the way they were promoting
the Dominic Reyes fight was, but not the Volkan fight.
No, I'm talking about the Dominic Reyes fight because I remember they was doing a whole thing. Yeah. He was screaming in the woods and all. And they was really pushing this guy. I don't know what the thing is, but they were pushing him. But he's been around. He's dangerous. It'll be interesting, man. We got some interesting things going on right here. We're gonna click out of this. Let's go. We're gonna just we're gonna do a quick scan of these upcoming cards and just kind of see. Let's see if anything catch your eye. Which one of these? Okay. We got Chase Hooper. Yeah. We're gonna do a breakdown of all these fights now. We're gonna actually go back and study film and do everything from when these fights come up. We got Chase Hooper. Okay, it'll be interesting to see if he made some improvement on his stand-up and everything. Yeah. We got Vince Morales. We've seen this guy fight a few times. We've seen him fight a few times. Louis Smoker, Chris Gutierrez, Benito Lopez, Yadon, some.
Yeah. Win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 2.
Yeah, we kind of
pretty inconsistent.
Yeah, we're gonna go do some research and see what's going on. Let's see. Eric Anders. We always watch him fight. We're gonna check out Eric Anders. Oh, he fighting. This the Iron Turtle guy.
Oh man, dude.
No, oh my goodness.
No.
Why did they do? Oh Lord. But then, with Eric Anders, when he get fights like this where you think it's a bad matchup, he'll win those fights.
Or he'll get robbed.
Or he'll get robbed in a split decision.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. But a lot of times, he'll get some of the fights that you think he'll win, they actually won't happen like that. But we'll do a breakdown. Okay, Chitty, he looked real good in his last fight. Remember what he did?
In 1 minute, right?
That was crazy.
Less than a minute.
That was crazy. We got Michael.
Hey, but Jonathan Amado, that's the Brazilian Khabib. That's the.
Wait, what is that? The guy?
That's the guy. That's the big Brazilian guy. He takes people down. He just dominates
from
them.
The Contender. Oh
yeah,
man,
he dominates them, man. And just
he
does what he wants to him.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy.
But why is he fighting at heavyweight though? That's kind of weird.
Heavyweight.
Because he's a light heavyweight, but this fight is sanctioned at heavyweight.
This say light heavyweight.
No, he's a light heavyweight. But go back. It says the fight is going to be a heavyweight.
That's odd.
Which I prefer him to stay at light heheavyweight.
Because he looked real good and he was strong. He was so strong. It was just you don't want to get at it. But we're gonna do a research on Parker Porter.
Yeah.
Now this is interesting. Ponzinibbio and Michael Pereira.
It's weird, bro, because Michael's not ranked, man. He's won like 4 or 5 in a row, man.
He's not. What you mean not ranked?
He's not ranked in the top 10.
Why would he not be ranked in the top 10?
That is so odd.
Michael not ranked?
No.
Michael not even in the top 15.
I guess they lost to Diego Sanchez, man. Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, but that was a that wasn't a real loss. Like that's crazy. That's odd. Whoa, this kind of shocking.
Then he beat Chaos Williams.
Chaos wasn't ranked though, so that wasn't
right.
do nothing. Ponzinibbio.
Yeah,
we're gonna see what's going on.
Which version of him we see, man? Yeah. We see different versions because
we see different things. When he's healthy,
yeah, because his past injuries.
Yeah. When he's healthy, he's one dangerous. Of those guys who he's up there.
Hey, let's keep it real though, man. That Jeff Neal fight was close. Let's keep it a book.
Did he lose that one?
He lost by split decision.
It was close. I remember that.
Nobody really engaged, which they're both dangerous.
They're both dangerous.
Why,
yeah.
but
They're both good knockout artists and stuff. You got to be careful. Holly Holm, we got to do some research because I don't know the whole world about Ketlin here. I'm not going to lie. We know Holly Holm record speak for itself.
She's a veteran.
Still main eventing in 2022.
Former champion.
Obviously, she got some names on her record that's just crazy. She's done some things. So we'll be looking forward to that one. That's going to be May 21st. That's actually at the end of this week. Mm-hmm. So we got to do we got to get prepared for that. Okay, so then June 4th, that's 2 weeks later, we got Volkov and Rosenstrike. If I'm looking at this main event, I don't like it because both of these guys need to get back into top form. Rosenstrike came on the scene crazy, kind of ran into some. He lost the 3 losses with tough guys. He didn't lose to no bums or nothing like that. But and to be fair, they're in the heavyweight division where just a few wins can have you much closer to a title than a lot of the other more stacked divisions.
But the thing is with Rosenstrike, you have to fight him a certain weight, man. Can Alexander fight him? Can he stick to a game plan like that, like Curtis Blades did?
I don't know because we're gonna get to Alex in a minute here.
All right.
If I'm looking at Francis, that's not a bad loss. The Cyril game, it looked like a glorified sparring match.
Yeah, nothing really happens.
To be honest, Cyril kind of
he fought smart.
He just fought smart, man, and just didn't really risk it. And
yeah.
I mean, it was over. Every round looked like every round. Okay, he won this one, so he still got it. But then you get the momentum, and now you fight a wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that was a bad matchup.
That was just a bad matchup. Build this guy up, man. Give him something, Come on now. They gotta. So now we get Alexander Volkov. Let's go look at Volkov. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It really ain't as bad as it seemed, to be honest. So if we just go look at the recent work, let's say 2020. Yeah. Curtis Blades, we already know you got wrestled. Yeah. Cyril gone. That's not a bad loss. Yeah. Because this fight happened pretty much the same thing that he did to Rosenstrike. So you can't hold that against him.
But his last fight, though, man.
But the fight against Tom Aspinall has this dude is really good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't get us wrong here.
Really
Wait a minute, he fighting Curtis Blades? Lord have mercy. We gotta make a show. Good one. We gotta make a show about that. Okay.
He's a finisher too, David.
Oh man, this is a crazy fight. I hope nobody get injured. I hope they both going funny healthy. But back to this fight. To be honest, the Cyril Gane and the Curtis Blades fight, that ain't the worst thing in the world. This actually might not be the worst thing in the world because this guy actually might be a champion one day. I think he's actually kind of being put in a position. If he could beat Curtis, he'd be a number 1 contender. I think this might be a number 1 contender match, actually, when you really think about it. This might be a number 1. I don't know how they're promoting yet because we really just found out about this. But this might be a number 1 contender fight, or they might be one fight away. So this actually ain't the worst thing, but Volkov has looked really good at times. And then for some reason it's the way he lost. It ain't even who he lost to. It's the way he lost. When he lost those fights, he just looked off and slow or injured or something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just something off-putting about it.
Yeah, he's pretty inconsistent, to be honest.
So it's just, I don't know, man. This is kind of a weird one because even if he wins it, he'll have a little momentum to build on.
I don't like this matchup, man.
I don't like
his chances against Rosenstrike.
I don't like this matchup.
Because you got to fight Rosenstrike a certain way.
But then this will be the fight where Alexander show up and fight like how he used to. This will be the one where then Rosenstrike will look bad. Mm-hmm. And then we'll be... I don't like it because both of these guys are better than what their records indicate. They just need to build momentum. But I don't like it when 2 guys who need momentum get against each other. But we'll watch it and we'll see how it plays out. But, I mean, both of these guys, when they really show up, they can show up and they can be true contenders. And they can be a real threat. Can they really get to that belt? That's a different thing. But when we start talking about from being in the top 10 and we start talking about being... Let's go to the rankings real quick, actually, and see.
But they're losing to each other, though. If you think about it.
Yeah, but they losing kind of before.
Cyril Gane, the Francis,
with the heavyweight. Okay. If we just being real here.
He's ranked higher than Rosenstrike?
To be honest, they all right there. So this guy, realistically, we're going to talk about that because we're going to talk about the rankings and who needs to do what. But that fight card is coming up. So that's interesting. That's interesting. So then let's go back. Let's take it back. Okay, we got to do some research because we just looked on this and we Googled this and we looking it up and everybody got the same question. What the is going on? Don't nobody hardly know nothing about this. Maybe they just haven't promoted it yet, but they got 3 weeks. So it seemed to me like, well, then they just had a big card and stuff. So a lot was going on. But to be fair,
the road to
maybe
the
they'll
UFC.
start. Yeah, they'll start promoting it. Maybe maybe this week they'll start promoting it because this card coming up, the Volkov. But let's go check out. We already looked at this one. Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett.
Oh, man. I like both of them.
If we're looking at the whole card, okay, we got Phil Hawes. We got Julian Marquez. That's
nice.
good. We got Roman. That's good. Versus Kyle Dawkins. That's good.
You got the veteran Eddie Wineland.
Eddie Wineland is still in that thing. Eddie Wineland got how many wins?
24. It's not 74, man. It's
24. Oh, that's just the screen.
It's 24, man.
Yeah, we projecting on the screen. I thought it said 74. I was about to say, where in the world did them wins come from? Because I don't remember that. But we got Eddie. Eddie still in that thing. We're going to check out these girls. I think we've seen her fight before.
And I don't remember the man.
We'll check it out. Let's see. Adrian Yanez.
Yeah.
And Tony Kelly, kind of dangerous, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Tony Kelly, what did he do? Randy Costa. They beat the same guy, huh? They both beat Randy Costa. Remember that he looked good in that fight. Yeah, okay, yes. That's a good, dangerous fight. They both got a win over Costa. Joaquin Buckley, of course, we're going to tune in and watch that. We got Jeremiah Wells and Court McGee.
That's a good
striker
one.
Versus, We got Kevin Holland and Tim Means. Always going to be watching Kevin Holland. And Tim Means still in that thing too, man. Dirty Bird, he dangerous. Look like this fight got rescheduled. I know they canceled it the day of the fight, but we didn't really see why it was so much going on with the Charles.
It's weird how they never fought before. Donald Cerrone and Joe Lozon. They're two veterans, man.
Joe was out for a long time.
He was out for a couple years.
That's probably one of the main reasons why they got a lot of similar opponents. Anthony Pettis.
That's true. Melvin Millard.
Yeah, so realistically, we know Joe had gone through some things and stuff like that, injuries and just different things, getting life on track, keeping things together.
I have no idea who's gonna win that fight.
I know, especially at this point, it's like, but hopefully it'll be good. Maybe they'll get a little fight night check. Now this is gonna be a good fight.
Josh Emmett, one of our favorite fighters in the UFC.
Josh Emmett, man,
dangerous.
What you think about this fight?
I want Josh to win.
It's a 5-round fight. It's a 5-round fight. And if we're doing 5 rounds, I automatically got to go to Calvin. Because
you do, man. Because we haven't seen Josh in that many 5-round fights.
He looked tired in that last one.
He does. But he was out for a long time, too, though.
Yeah, but realistically,
I know, dude.
This is a 5-round fight.
It's different levels to this, man.
And Calvin is not somebody you just knock out. And Josh got some of the most beautiful striking, just technical striking ability, and Calvin is right up there with him. I don't think this is going to be a big wrestling, grappling type ordeal. Because Calvin has been in those type of 5-round fights before, and he's shown.
Yeah, but you can't take shots like that from Josh Emmett, though, man.
I don't think he will. Because Calvin got a speed advantage.
He does, by far.
He got a speed advantage, and he got an experience advantage in these championship fights. So this will be interesting. Hopefully both guys can stay healthy. This will be a good one. I'm kind of leaning towards Calvin just because he already was in 2 5-round fights. Was that the only 2 5-round fights he was in?
Yeah, I think so.
But
he looked magnificent, though, in his last fight, man. I didn't think he was going to win, but he won, man. And Yair, one of my favorites. I'm not going to lie.
And that one, Yair, that was Giga.
Oh, it was Giga.
Oh, man, hold on. Was that a 5-round fight? Hold on. I wasn't even thinking about that.
It was Giga.
Wait, when did he fight Yair?
Oh, he didn't fight Yair. I got mixed up.
Speaking of where's Yair?
Where's Yair?
But dude, okay, realistically, so he was in 3 5-round fights in a row. And he won 2 of them. He lost to Max Holloway. Now, granted, that one loss was a heavy toll. It was a heavy one, but he learned from it obviously because to be in a 5-round fight, I'm leaning towards Calvin because I don't see Calvin getting knocked out. And even if Calvin lose 2 rounds in the beginning, Calvin gonna win the last 3 because Josh can get tired.
You think so, though?
What you mean?
I'm saying, like, because of Josh, man, like, I think this is the highest ranked opponent he ever fought. And I think, like, he had injury problems in the past.
But he don't have
a chance, though.
Cardio. He don't have 5-round cardio. But if you get tired within 1.5 to 2 rounds, and then the third round,
he be swinging though, man. He be swinging for the fences.
It don't matter. You in a 5-round fight. It don't matter what the excuse is. In this fight, if you do let's say if you go 1-1, and then round 3, you're way more tired. This guy, we know he can go 5 rounds.
Yeah.
He went 5 rounds. The Giga one was impressive just because he controlled it for a long time. The Max Holloway fight, he got beat down and still stayed in it. The Dan Ige, tough guy, high energy, fast pace. This right here, tells me everything I need to know.
So the question is, can he finish Josh?
I don't know if he'll finish Josh. Well, it depends on how tired he get. Because I don't see Josh, the way that Josh primarily win, I don't see him being able to knock out Calvin in a 1 punch. Unless some of this damage from these fights kind of catch up with Calvin.
Calvin Orlando, man.
I don't
the
think
way Calvin moves.
Calvin is not just a knockout artist, he's a striker. He actually, like when he fought Jeremy Stevens, Jeremy was throwing. I don't think he hit Calvin clean once. Like Calvin kept them hands up. He was not playing it. And actually, that's actually a good connection because they both fought Jeremy Stevens. Actually, so I think Jeremy took Josh undefeated record, but that was a while ago. He's obviously better now.
This style might benefit Calvin too, man. Like Josh Emmett style.
Yeah, because I mean he's technical and it's good striking, but can you do that for 5 rounds? That's the question. So that's gonna be kind of like.
But Josh he has a history of having close rounds, man.
Yes.
So I think he can make some of the rounds closer than
Yeah, in the beginning. In the beginning.
That's true.
Because after round 3, it's going to be a different ball
clearly
game.
Calvin going to win the 4th and 5th round. They make it there.
That's going to be a different game. So then we kind of, I mean, this stuff is kind of in the future here. We're just going to take a quick, we ain't going to go into the card because we know people going to get injured and stuff. Okay, we didn't know this. Those Anjos and Fiziev.
Oh, they was scheduled to fight like, what, months ago, right? I think somebody got injured.
2 months ago, yeah.
I think somebody got injured. They canceled the fight.
A month or 2 ago. So, yeah, so that's interesting. We got Israel and Cannonier. I'm not going to lie. I looked at the card. Whoa. Oh, okay. We're going to talk about that in a second here. I saw something. I looked at this card. I wasn't really excited, to be honest.
Hold on.
I don't know for whatever reason, but I'm looking at it again, and it looks better.
It looks way better.
It looked way better. This fight, this did not look like this. This did not look like this a week or 2 ago. Because, no.
Wow, this card is sick, man.
Jim Miller and Bobby Green. I like that. Robbie and why is Robbie Lawler the 3rd fight?
He's been like on
the
decline though a little bit.
He just beat Nick Diaz.
Yeah, but
so he just beat Nick Diaz in a co-main event.
But Nick ain't fought in like a couple years.
They're big names, bro, and they was promoting that fight. That was a co-main event of a big card, or at least the tertiary.
Yeah,
but nah, this is disrespectful.
Yeah, that should be in the main event. And then Brian's coming up a win over Matt Brown, so like
this is disrespectful. What's going on here?
That's weird. But.
Brad Tavares. So you don't think this fight should be over this? You don't think they should be over Jessica I and Macy Barber? Hold on, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway,
maybe the sorting is off. Like
maybe they got to add more fights to it, and it's gonna be
bring them up to the main event.
Something got to be going on here. But okay, this looks like this gonna be a good one. This gonna be a good one. This gonna be a good one. This gonna be a good one because Macy Barber just fought this.
Yeah, she just won.
This gonna be Uriah.
They love pairing him against like grapplers.
Wow.
Man.
Let me see how many submissions this guy got, man. If Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. Why would they do that? Man. Why would they do that? Okay. Anyway. Sean O'Malley. Sugar Shane
Pedro Munoz.
That's crazy. This is a crazy card.
That's interesting, man.
This is a crazy card. Misha Tate. Back on the main card, not a fight night card, but a pay-per-view card. They giving her Lauren Murphy. What do you think gonna happen? Sean, my Lord,
God. Sean Strickland versus oh my God, man.
I hope nobody gets injured. I just want to see. I want to see this fight.
Why say 5-1?
He's 5-1.
Who beat him? Oh, he lost early on in his career.
Yeah, like he only got 6. I mean, he went from kickboxing to this. So okay, so we got Alexander Volkanovsky and Max Holloway 3. We're gonna do breakdowns of these cards, but for right now, we don't know nobody get injured or this, that, and third. But
it just looked like Volkanovsky is just improving, man.
I don't think he won that second fight, but I wasn't a judge, so there was nothing. But I didn't think he won.
We can make a video on it, man.
We can make a video on it. I didn't think he won that one.
I think he won the second
fight. But Volkanovsky is the man right now.
And he's improving every fight, though.
And he's making it look easier every fight. And he's clearly showing he's the best. And then we got this fight, man. This is going to be a good fight. We like both of these guys.
I think it's different, man. It's a different matchup.
It's different?
Yeah.
Because we done seen the Robert fights and the Yoel.
Kelvin Gastelum, we done seen him fight everybody, man.
We done seen him fight everybody, and Jared been making this. He been on this journey ever since heavyweight. Remember his first time fight?
Absolutely.
He was on this journey, and in the beginning of guys' careers, there are some people you kind of see they got that championship thing, but with heavyweights, a lot of times they don't look at fighting a certain type of way. Realistically, you can kind of put a heavyweight in their place of where they'll kind of be.
Yeah.
Even in best case scenario. Well, Jared has gone way above that. He done dropped weight from heavyweight to light heavyweight to middleweight. Done fought all kind of people that you never could have imagined he'd beat these people in the way he beat them. And now he is fighting for the title. Now he fighting Israel Adesanya. This is gonna be an interesting fight. This is a 5-round fight. Has Jared gone 5 rounds?
Yeah, he went with Kelvin Gastelum.
That was a 5-round fight?
Yeah, he went 5 rounds with Kelvin Gastelum.
We got to do a video on Kelvin, man, and see what's going on. Okay, so since...
And that was a good David Branch, too, man.
That was a good David Branch. Yeah, he was kind of...
okay. He was kind of...
These guys were about to fight for the title. When they fought each other, they was going to fight for a title.
I just think they're so much bigger than him, too, man.
And they definitely got to play a role in it. So David Branch, Anderson, Jack, Kelvin, and Derek. This is a pretty good... You can see the level of competition was increasing. Because at the time, Jack was on a little win streak and stuff like that. Remember?
Yeah.
Because really, Jared wasn't even really...
Yeah.
People didn't think he was going to win, to be honest. People didn't think he was going to beat Anderson either.
He had issues with grapplers. So, like, a lot of people thought Jack was going to, out-grapple
Do what he was going to do. The Robert fight, good fight to get you, to let you know when you at the top, this is what you got to do.
Who the number one contender is.
This is how you got to fight and stuff like that. So that was a good experience thing. Then he came back, he beat Kelvin.
He shook back.
He beat Derek. He lost the first round, came back in the second round, put in some work. I was there, I saw that live. That was crazy.
How was Jared going to prepare for Israel kicks, man? That's the only thing, man. Israel, he's so long,
but
man.
Jared throws a lot of kicks.
He does, but
he throw them from a stationary point. He'll stand in one place.
Oh, he just throw to bring people down, leg kicks. Yeah,
it'll be interesting. We got to see. We got to break down the training camp. We got to break down who coach. We got to break down everything because this is a hell of a fight, man. You can make history. You can make history, man. To be honest, and that'll be.
I love Jared, bro, because he fights smart, but he go for the finish. He go for the knockout.
It's that good balance of go for the finish, but fight smart about it and don't just put yourself in a crazy position. I like how even when he lost to Robert, he didn't. He lost.
He didn't get finished. He didn't get knocked out.
He didn't get. I think it was 29-28.
Yeah.
And then Robert just kind of put the experience on him and just kind of knew okay, I got to win this fight to get my title shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he didn't look bad in this fight. He just looked like he lost to somebody with more experience and stuff who had been there before, and it helped him obviously. So he hasn't looked bad lately.
And it's not bad also when Robert just fought for the belt. So you lost to somebody who just fought for the belt.
And Robert, arguably, a lot of people feel like Robert won that fight. I was there live.
Yeah.
That fight was really 50-50 in Houston that night. I ain't gonna lie. So that's not bad. This is very interesting. Obviously, Israel is the man right now. Just doing all kind of stuff, man. I like both of these guys, to be honest. This is one of them matchups. I'm excited about it because it's different, but at the same time, I like both of these guys a lot. We really keep up with both of these guys.
Have we ever seen anybody chop Israel legs? Them long legs?
Well, 9 times out of 10,
he's moving around.
Already chopped their legs down 9 times out of 10, to be honest.
Which I don't think. I kind of want Jerry to win. I don't think he's going to, but it'd be interesting to see his approach.
Because Israel will get a title shot. He would get a rematch immediately. He automatically would get a rematch.
Jared came a long way though, man.
I know that's why. You like to see stories like this, man, of people who was.
Don't think Israel. I think Israel, he's very smart, man. He's gonna do his research. I think he's gonna take Jared seriously. That's why I like Israel, man. He's not sleeping on
he don't sleep on nobody, yeah. And he take dangerous fights for a reason. Jorge Masvidal talked about that, how he was in the club one day and he said nobody want to fight Yoel. This is Jorge saying even in the gym, people just don't. Certain trees you just don't bark up. He's like Israel put him to the side of the club and said, "Hey, I'm fighting Joel." That's what they call him.
Yeah,
he said, "I'm fighting Joel, and I want that fight." And that's when he was like, "I respect this guy," because normally people are trying to dodge him. We've seen other people just dodging. So for Israel to take that fight and
Apollo fight too, man.
because Paulo is still dangerous, and we'll make a video about Paulo because in our opinion, Paulo's still a man. In our opinion, he got outclassed by Israel, obviously. But to be fair, Israel probably one of the only people that could do that. But we'll make a video.
He just looked bad, like something was off, man. Paulo, that fight, man.
Like he was just nervous. It was too much. I'll be honest. It was.
He didn't fight him the way he did Yoel, where he was just walking him down.
It was. This is the. Oh, hold on. We ain't gonna spend too much time talking about all these, but hold on. Okay, this is a good fight. Oh my goodness.
Hold on, hey, look at his record there, Ronnie. No, click on it.
Oh, I thought you were saying just look at the number.
Yeah, click on it. Let me see.
What? So now the one time we need Cody to go to the ground and not fight a stand-up fight, they give him a jiu-jitsu guy.
That's a good matchup for him, though. And what weight class? Bantamweight.
Joseph, Ronnie Yaya has looked great outside of these injuries. Yeah, he lost to Ricky Simon. Bro, that's one decision lost in 2019. And I guess he'd be injured. Joseph.
Stylistically, though, dude, like, this benefits Cody, man.
So I'm going to be honest. He might win by knockout.
Okay, what weight class are they fighting in? Is it still
it's
like
135? Yaya is a 135. He's a
because Cody was dropping down.
He's a bantamweight.
All right, okay.
Joseph, I'm gonna be honest. Yaya gonna take it, Cody down and wrestle the shit out of him.
No, he's not. When have you seen somebody just take Cody down repeatedly?
Joseph, he's fighting at 135 for the second time, and honestly, Ronnie Yaya is a very underrated fighter. Joseph, Ronnie Yaya is he's almost, to be fair, he's like a less polished, his potential hasn't been actualized. His potential has not been actualized like Charles, but he's like a little less of a tier. Obviously, more or less.
15 submissions, right?
Ooh, dude, this is terrible, Joseph. And we got to make a video because our game plan, our thing with Cody was this: we think Cody still got it. We think Cody got a lot left. We just need Cody to switch around the game plan and go to that. You're a strong, athletic guy, wrestle. But I don't want you to be grappling and be on your back.
He's not going to be on his back.
He's going to be on his back.
Hey, look at the guy's age, 37.
And look at how he ain't been losing. And look at how Cody is younger. And look at how things been going lately.
I think this is an easy fight for Cody, man.
Joseph, he's not going to knock this man out.
He don't have to, though.
What are you going to do?
Win a decision.
Joseph, this guy is going to look at his wins. This is how he wins. So that means he's grappling to get this. Joseph, in the third round. He's going to be wrestling this guy. Cody's going to be on his back, Joseph. This is what I'm telling you.
He submitted Luke Sanders.
Cody's going to be on his back. I did not want this fight for Cody. Cody needs something else. Cody needs somebody that he could potentially knock out and somebody he can wrestle. I want to see Cody wrestling. Yeah. I don't want to see Cody fending off takedowns because what'll happen is he'll get taken down, he'll get up, and then when he's trying to defend a takedown, this guy will throw something crazy and knock him out, and it'll contribute to the narrative that Cody's chin is bad. I don't think his chin is bad. Yeah. I think things need to be restructured. But I'm telling you, I don't like this. Hey, but Cody has a good striking advantage. Yeah. But where we are now, we don't really want to be playing a striking game. Yeah. Right now, we trying to win fights. We trying to get back on track. Because Cody need to be up there, to be honest. Because the way we going to make a video about this. Cody lost a lot of things in a lot of messed up ways. We're going to make a video about this, but we don't like how things have been playing out, really. And we know Cody, a fighter, he going to try to fight through it, but, man, I don't like this fight. So let's look at, Cynthia, Nurmagomedov, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah, he's a killer, man.
Okay,
Didn't he fight like a couple weeks ago?
A few months ago actually, but yeah, he put in some work though. So I mean, there's a little fight night card, man. You know what I'm saying? Make a little wink, fried chicken wings, and enjoy a little fight night. You know what I'm saying? Chill, barbecue or something. Okay, so now we're gonna go to this.
Wait a minute.
What? Hold on. That's what I'm finna click on. Oh my goodness! Wow. Oh man, this is a crazy fight. I don't know what's finna happen for 5 rounds, dude. Oh my goodness!
How is he gonna get Yair to the ground though?
Because Yair is somebody that you don't take. Yair don't get taken down like that. I mean,
because Brian, he hurts people and he capitalizes on them being hurt and submits them. It's like, bro,
But Brian get better every time. But then Yair, it's time for Yair to win. Yair got to get a win. It's time for Yair to win.
So who he fight last though?
Damn, he fought Max Holloway, didn't? Remember Max Holloway?
It was crazy.
Put hands.
Ooh.
He blessed him. He put hands on for 25 minutes.
I feel like he could have won that fight though, man.
At some point, it could have been more experience. But he broke his foot. Remember? Oh, remember his foot was like real messed up from what's called, and it was a 5-round fight. So
it was banging.
That was I don't. Oh man, this is gonna be a good fight, obviously. But man,
this is kind of like short though, man. Like this, like he need more of a recovery. Brian Ortega.
Yeah, because he fought.
You don't think so?
He fought Alex.
All the damage he took, man.
What, January, February, March, something like that. So then we got Michelle Waterson back in action. Okay, we obviously gonna watch her fight. We got Dustin Jacoby. This is actually kind of a good fight, huh? This is a knockout guy. Is this the knockout guy?
Go, yeah. Click on it.
Ooh. And they both gonna be standing up.
Oh man,
it's gonna be a stand-up one. This gonna be a good one. So then, okay, so look, it ain't all the way flushed out yet, but it's coming together. It's looking like something. The main event alone is enough. I mean, this is something you pay for, to be honest. If I'm just being real. So then we are looked at this card, huh?
No, not yet.
Let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. Darren Till and Jack Hermanson. Okay,
that's very interesting.
That's an interesting fight because
I honestly don't know who's gonna win that one.
But then the way that Jack wins falls into the way Darren loses. Darren will win that first round and hurt him and come back and get submitted. But Darren been training.
But Darren, it's hard for people to control him, like on the ground. He's so big and strong, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got Paul Craig and we got Volkan coming back.
He's been
gone for a minute,
for a couple years.
Look, we got Nikita coming back. We got Alex.
Look, Alex coming back. Oh man.
Okay, we got Molly McCann, tough. We got kind of shaping up to be something. I like this. I like this. This is something to get excited for. Now we're gonna take a look at this. We ain't too many more good. How come they ain't got no? What's going on here? They got nothing going on here. Brandon Moreno and Kyle. Okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a hell of a card so far. This is a hell of a card. And look, I didn't even really see that one at first. I went here and I looked at this and I looked at this, and then I came back up here. Hey, this is a hell of a card.
This might be like the most anticipated one.
That's a hell of a card right there.
Other than this one.
Now let's go here. We got my boy Jamal Hill. Man, damn, why did they make this fight? Man,
the only thing is with Thiago, his new style, he fights more safe, man. He doesn't really absorb a lot of strikes, which is good for his career long term, but he's not getting the knockout like he used to.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to fight smart, though, because you don't
lost. Definitely got to fight smart.
You don't want to be losing. Let's see. I think oh, man. Oh.
But do half of them losses, dude?
Oh, my God. Why did they do this? Man, and look, this is the exact face I made when I seen.
Yeah, but Thiago hard to land on, man. He gonna frustrate Jamal Hill. The way Thiago moves around there.
But Jamal Hill is one of my picks for. I don't. Sometimes you see people have the championship thing, and then you have some people who you can see that if they can put the pieces together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that Jamal, if he can put the pieces together. We gonna hold on. Oh my God!
Oh, good. Good.
I did not see what I just think I saw. Dude, they did not got Jeff Neal fighting Vicente. Oh my goodness! Two of our favorite people.
That's a quick turnaround.
Oh my goodness, dog! This is two people I don't want to see lose. This is two people that I want to see.
I think that style benefits Jeff, man, because like Vicente, he struggled with people that move around good like that, man.
Man, I don't want to see these guys lose. Oh man. I kind of hope something happening. Somebody got to pull out of it. But I know they got to get paid, man. So, you don't really want to wish nothing bad. But dang, I like both of these guys, man, to be honest. I think Vicente is very underrated, and I like that. And I think Jeff Neal is like the Jamal Hill. If he can put things together, he can go way further than people might give him credit for. And I want to see that. Terrence McKinney, hopefully he can go in there and take care of business. I think he will. We're going to do a breakdown. and going in and get into this action. Okay, and we there ain't too much more to look at here. But let's go ahead and finish it off. Let's go. Okay, it look like they got to put this one together here. I don't have the whole world to say about. I don't really know these two, to be honest. We'll do our research. Let's go check this one out. Obviously, you see this.
I thought he was fighting Stipe.
No. Well, then they started talking about John Jones. They talked about
Okay.
John Jones and stuff. So then
That's the only fight on here.
So right now, and that's gonna be a good fight, man. Oof.
That's gonna be a real good one, man.
It's gonna be
Tavasa style.
Unpredictable there. But then but people who bank on knockouts, we see that Cyril just.
But he gonna go for it though. Some guys like Volkov, sometimes
if you go for it, that's how you get knocked out. That's how you get knocked out by Cyril Gane, though, to be honest. That's how you get humiliated. But Tua Tavasa been on one lately, so
this is a good time for the fight too, man.
It's a good time.
A perfect time.
So that's all we got for today, y'all. Like I said, we're gonna go down to these. We know things get shifted around and people get injured and different things happen. So we're gonna do breakdowns probably about a week ahead of time to kind of make sure everything's still on pace, on track. The fight card and everything, and we'll do breakdowns, and we'll on this channel what we'll do is we'll break down the cards, we'll look at specific fighters' records, we'll look at the outlook, the landscape of the divisions, and kind of talk about different ideas that we think about, like what we were talking about the tournament the other day, like just different tournaments and things that can make it like spice up certain divisions, and so we'll catch y'all later.